Om. Namaste to all. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Brahmanishta Sadguru, Shrotriya Sadguru Swami Virajeshwara Saraswati, and the entire Guru Parampara on behalf of all of us. Today's discourse on the Viveka Chudamani will continue. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Sri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Variyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya Harihi Om. Last time, according to this book I am following, we had stopped at Shloka number 479. And from 480 onwards, verse number, today's discourse will continue. Now, as was told last time, in these sets of shlokas, now the disciple, after following the injunctions and the upadesha of his guru, he enters into the state of samadhi in the deeper meditation. And finally, he becomes enlightened. That's what Acharya meant in the previous shloka. Kinchit kalam samadhaya pare brahmani manasam. Pare brahmani manasam kinchit kala samadhaya. After establishing his own mind in that finally attributeless, nameless, nirakara, nirvishesha, parabrahma vastu, totally merging himself with the mind still or destroyed, then he comes out of that samadhi state. So when the enlightenment happens like a flash, he comes out and he cries out with the greatest ecstasy of joy, that eternal bliss. See, these are the only few words we have. Eternal bliss, the ocean of bliss, Paramananda, Brahmananda, Nijananda. Beyond these words, nothing more can be described about that state of enlightenment. Then the disciple starts explaining his own personal experience to his guru. He comes running, stands in front of his guru with folded hands, with the tears of joy flowing through his eyes, and then prostrates again and again. Then he starts pouring out that feeling of ecstasy, that feeling of unparalleled experience, first-hand experience to his guru. In other words, in these shlokas now, these shlokas, set of shlokas, are told by the disciple in front of the guru. He is referring his own experiences in front of his own guru. In other words, we are fortunate that Acharya Shankara Bhagavad-pada is giving this type of information about the enlightenment, what happens during that process of knowing the reality. These are all very difficult things. And for the benefit of seekers like us, ajnanis like us, in these sets of shlokas, from the words, from the mouth of the disciple, Acharya Shankara Bhagavad-pada himself is doling out that state, exalted state of realization and that personal experience. So, what happens when one transports himself into that final experience of samadhi, from savikalpa to nirvikalpa, the deeper meditative state? There is no count of time. It all depends on the individual. Time is relative, and its standards cannot be exchanged or explained with reference to different planes of consciousness. To reach that state of samadhi is our primary purushartha, the primary purpose in our life, primary goal set in our life, or having been born as human being. As a human being, we have been blessed by Almighty so that we should know that our real purpose is to reach to that level of sadhana, so that enlightenment, that is a purushartha. Having experienced that enlightenment firsthand, directly in the samadhi state, the disciple comes out of the meditation, that deeper level of meditation. He could not contain the ever-ebbing supreme bliss or joy in every atom of the cells of the body and tissues of this physical body, sthula sharira, and also the mental body, linga sharira, that is body-mind complex. That joy is pouring out itself. It is ebbing out itself. That joy of supreme bliss, infinite bliss. Then he starts prostrating at the feet of his guru, and then starts explaining about his own state after coming out of the samadhi. ಆತ್ಮಾನುಭವದ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಗುರುವಿನೆದುರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರದ ಆ ಅನುಭವ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂತು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶವನ್ನ, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲವೋ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ವರ್ಣಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲವೋ ಅಂತಹ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ತೊದಲು ನುಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದಷ್ಟು ಆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದದ ಉತ್ತುಂಗ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ತನ್ನ ಸದ್ಗುರುವಿನ ಬಳಿ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಎಂತದ್ದು, ತಾನು ಏನು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಅನುಭವ ಪಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಬುದ್ಧಿರ್ವಿನಷ್ಟಾ ಗಲಿತಾ ಪ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮನೋ ಏಕತಯಾಧಿಗತ್ಯ ಇದಂ ನ ಜಾನೆ ಅಪಿ ಅನಿದಂ ನ ಜಾನೆ ಕಿಂ ವಾ ಯದ್ವಾ ಸುಖಮಸ್ತ್ಯಪಾರಂ. ಬುದ್ಧಿರ್ವಿನಷ್ಟಾ ಗಲಿತಾ ಪ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮನೋ ಏಕತಯಾಧಿಗತ್ಯ ಇದಂ ನ ಜಾನೆ ಅಪಿ ಅನಿದಂ ನ ಜಾನೆ ಕಿಂ ವಾ ಯದ್ವಾ ಸುಖಮಸ್ತ್ಯಪಾರಂ. ಗುರುವಿನ ಕುರಿತು ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಸಂಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹೇ ಗುರುವರ್ಯ, ಈ ಜೀವಾತ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪರತತ್ವ, ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತತ್ವದ ಐಕ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಾಶವಾಯಿತು. ಜೀವ ಆತ್ಮ ಐಕ್ಯ ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ನಾಶವಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಗಳು ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾಗಿ ಹೋದವಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಎಂಬುದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದಲ್ಲ ಎಂಬುದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಗುರುವರಿಯ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪಾರವಾದ ಆನಂದ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಆನಂದ ಎಂತಹದು, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ಎಂತಹದು, ಆ ಸಾಗರ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ಸಾಗರ ಏನು, ಅದನ್ನೂ ಸಹಿತ ನನಗೆ ಅರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರುದೇವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮಾನುಭವದ ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರದ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕ his own personal experience of Atma Sakshatkar, Bhagavad Sakshatkar, realizing his own self, he is explaining that he is addressing the Guru. Look, Gurudeva, I am at your feet. I don't know where my buddhi, intellect, is completely raised and gone. It is completely gone. And all the mental activities, actions, including my desires, aspirations, everything dropped off automatically, have been dropped off automatically. By realizing the oneness of the Atman and the Parabrahma Vastu, Atma and Paramatma, that means by understanding firsthand, I am that only, Tatvamasi. By understanding that Mahavakya of Upanishad, Tatvamasi, the Upadesha what you gave me, by understanding that I am that only, that is the oneness of the Pratyagatma inside and the Parabrahma Vastu, Paramatma Vastu. So after knowing that, like a flash, now I understand neither this nor not this. Very interesting phrase Acharya has used. Idam na jane api na idam na jane. Idam na jane api na idam na jane. I understand neither this nor not this. That means what? Now I am unable to explain, unable to see, unable to fathom, unable to experience any of these diverse, plural, individual entities as totally unique individual entities. Everything is merged. Neither this I understand nor that I understand. Wherever I see only that Paramatma Vastu, Parabrahma Vastu. That is the inner point. So I understand neither this nor I understand not this. Nor I know what an amount of the measure of this ocean of bliss. The bliss is pouring out through me, but I don't know, I can't even fathom that vast, infinite, bottomless, pitiless, that ocean of bliss, Brahmananda. Even that I don't know. So much I am engrossed, so much I have submerged myself into that. So finally, what here the shloka, the Shishya means, he says, I am unable to fathom this nature of bliss. Ee Brahmananda ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಇದರ ಆಳ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ ಏನು, ಅದು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರುವರಿಯ. That was the point. Next shloka, 4-line charana, long one. In fact, the chandas is totally changed here, as experts say, for the next shloka. Vacha vaktum ashakyameva manasa mantum na vashakyate svanandamruta pura purita parabrahma ambudhair vaibhavam ambhorashi vishirna varshika shilabhavam bhajanme mano yasyam sham shalave vilinam madhuna anandatmana nivrutam. Fairly long one. 4 charana, 4-line shloka. First 2 lines. Vacha vaktum ashakyameva manasa mantum na vashakyate. These are the keywords, the first line, first charana itself. Swanandamruta pura purita parabrahma ಅಂಬುದೇರ್ ವೈಭವಂ. ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂಪನ್ನನಾದ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹೇ ಗುರುವೇ, ಈಗ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂದ, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ, ನಿಜಾನಂದ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಮೃತ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಿರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಈ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ವೈಭವವನ್ನ ನನಗೆ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ, ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳಿಂದ, ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದಾಗ್ಲಿ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಗುರುದೇವ. ಆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಆ ವೈಭವ, ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ಸಾಗರ, ಆ ಪರಮಾನಂದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾನಂದ ಅನುಭವ ಏನು ಉಂಟಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಂದ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಅರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಮಾತಿಗೂ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೂ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು, ಮಾತಿಗೂ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೂ ಹೊರತಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಗುರುದೇವ್. ವಾಚಾ ವಕ್ತುಮಶಕ್ಯಮೇವ ಮನಸಾ ಮಂತುಂ ನ ವಾ ಶಕ್ಯತೆ ಸ್ವಾನಂದಾಮೃತ ಪೂರಪೂರಿತ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂಬುದೇ ವೈಭವಂ. So the disciple is telling his guru, it is impossible by speech to express. I cannot say by words this Brahmanubhava, this Atmanubhava, this experience of the self, which I have realized myself, within myself. So this illumination radiating in me, this illumination which has engulfed everything wherever I look, so this I cannot explain by words. It is there everywhere. This illumination, it is illuminating everything and it is there everywhere. And even it is impossible for this mind, now that I have woken up from meditation in this waking state, I can watch and say that even it is impossible for the mind to conceive the grand splendor of the ocean of supreme Brahman, Parabrahma Vastu, full of ambrosia of bliss of the self. Even the mind, my mind even cannot conceive, fathom out, measure out, think about, understand about this supreme nature of bliss called Brahmananda, of Parabrahma Vastu. These are the two lines where he is explaining. And for that, he gives an example. Acharya gives an example, Rupaka, or simile here, to explain this, what cannot be explained. अंबोराशि विशीर्ण वार्षिक शिलाभावं भजन् मे मनो यस्यां शां शलवे विलीन मधुना आनंदात्मना निवृतं. Now the disciple gives an example to his guru to explain, he's searching for words, how to explain his own experience. He's searching for words and he takes up an example. And the disciple says, my mind is totally merged itself in a very small, infinite fraction of this ocean of bliss. This mind is totally merged, means what itself destroyed, ultimately. Manonasha, ultimately. Is a beautiful Vedantic phrase, not in the literal sense, but in the highest spiritual sense. You have to understand Manonasha. All the mental pravrittis are gone, all the aspirations are gone, all the desires are gone, all tamasic qualities are gone, rajasic qualities are gone, even the sattvic qualities, sattva guna is further purified, and it has remained itself as pure vishuddha sattva guna. That is the purest of the pure shuddha sattva manasika sthiti, pure shuddha sattva mind. but that it is referred as Manonash. So the disciple says, my mind is merged itself in this, in a very small, infinite fraction of this huge ocean of bliss called Brahmananda, like a hailstone, like a small hailstone falling from the sky during the heavy downpour, during heavy rains, when the hailstones are formed and they fall. So my mind is like a hailstone fallen in the ocean, deeper into the ocean of bliss. And as it enters deeper into the ocean, into this vast expanse of water, what happens to the hailstone? Nobody knows where it has gone. Totally, it gets itself dissolved within no time. It becomes part of the ocean itself. So that example, disciple is giving. My mind, like a hailstone, merged itself within this ocean of Brahmananda. Ambhorashi Vishirno Varshika Shilabhavan Bhajatne Man. Yasya Hamshamshalave Vilina Madhuna Anandatmana Nivrutam. So this example. ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯ, ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಂಪನ್ನನಾದ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಿಯಾದ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಗುರುವಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಒಂದು ರೂಪಕ ತಗೊಂಡು. ಏನು ಅಂತ, ಅಗಾಧವಾದ ಸಾಗರದ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಳೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಆಲಿ ಕಲ್ಲು ಸಮುದ್ರದೊಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಒತ್ತು ಗುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಅದು ತಾನಾಗಿ ಕರಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಭಾಗವೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದ ಆಲಿ ಕಲ್ಲು ಕರಗಿ ನೀರಾಗಿ ಸಮುದ್ರವೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ತನ್ನ ರೂಪ ಆಕಾರ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನೇ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿದೆ ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಗುರುದೇವ. ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ hailstorm which has lost its name, shape, everything. In totality, its physical existence itself is. So my mind has been like that. Like a hailstone, it has lost its existence. It has totally lost the ego itself, ahankara itself. This is the example Shishya is giving. So here you remember two things coming to the mind by the grace of the Guru. The famous Upanishad statement, which is very crisp and very, very short, but difficult to understand. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Aprapya yataha vachaha nivartante manasa saha. Just like the speech going there, trying to touch, trying to know, trying to observe, trying to feel that Parabrahma, Paramatma Vastu, the speech, the walk is unable. It comes back. The walk is unable. Walk means the speech, unable to touch Parabrahma Vastu. Like that, the mind is also unable to touch the Parabrahma Vastu. Even the mind comes back. This is a sort of a simile there in the Upanishad. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That means ultimately the same thing what Acharya is telling here with this example of hailstone. So the mind and also our speech, now they cannot fathom out, because that experience, realization of Atman, realization of self, that realization of Tattvamasi, that direct perception that Aham Brahmasmi, direct perception of Ayamatma Brahma, direct perception of Prajnanam Brahma, all these things cannot be explained by words and by mind. Mind cannot grasp. However much you try, Upanishad is very clear. With all your buddhi shakti, with your intelligence, intelligent power, your extreme IQ level, intelligent quotient, whatnot, these words, jumble of words. With all that, however great scholar you are, how much you have read and digested, assimilated Shastras, Shastra Granthas, Prakarana Granthas, Vedas, Puranas, Ityasas, Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita. Umpteen number of lectures you can give on Bhagavad Gita, on Bhagavata, whatever it is, but still, by words, nobody can explain. Idamitham. This is, look, this is Brahma Padartha. This is Parabrahma Vastu. Nobody can explain. Nor the mind can go. Why? Because this is beyond your speech and beyond the mind. This is undescribable, unexplainable. That is all the words we can say, Vedanta. This nature of Atma Bhava, this nature of Brahma Bhava, this nature of Brahma Nishtha Bhava or Atma Nishtha Bhava, it is undescribable by words. It can only be understood, experienced. So the disciple, first time when he becomes an Atmajnani, he is trying to explain in front of his Guru, who himself is Atmajnani. The Guru very well understands. And the Shishya is trying with his own way of examples and with his own way of speech pattern, trying to explain. And Guru, with all benevolent, with magnificent, that smile of compassion, with a smile of divine love pouring out from his eyes and the smile on his lips, he is attentively listening to the disciples, that ecstatic experience which he is trying to convey through the words. Ananda Bharitanagi Sadguru, Swataha Brahmajnaniyada, Atmajnana Sampananada, Brahma Vetanadantaha Sadguru, Anandadinda, Karune Tumbida Kannugalinda, Anugraha Puritavada Tana Drushtiinda, ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ತನ್ನೆದುರಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮಾನುಭವದ ವರ್ಣನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಆನಂದದಿಂದ ಆ ಗುರು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ. ಈ ದೃಶ್ಯವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ದ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುರು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ಸೀನ್. But a few seconds, if you close your eyes, after the discourse of today's Viveka Chudamani, try to close your eyes and enter into that state of ecstasy. How both the Sadguru and the disciple are flowing with that feeling of ecstasy, feeling of joy, feeling of bliss. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, in a simple number of parables, short stories, he has explained so many things about this Brahmanubhava, Atmanubhava, Atma Sakshatkara. Now, even Paramahamsa has given a very beautiful, precise example. Simile, a Rupaka. Ramakrishna Paramahamsaru ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸುಲಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು? ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಆಳ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಯುವ ಆಸೆಯಿಂದ, ಆಳವನ್ನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಉಪ್ಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ಗೊಂಬೆ, ಉಪ್ಪಿನಲ್ಲೇ ತಯಾರಾದ ಗೊಂಬೆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾರತಂತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಈ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಆಳ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಯಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಗೊಂಬೆ ಆಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿತಾ 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 ಕೆಲವೇ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕರಗಿ ನೀರಾಗಿ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಹೋಯಿತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊಂಬೆಯನ್ನು ಆ ಪದಾರ್ಥವೇ ಉಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಯಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆಳವನ್ನ, ಆ ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಸಮುದ್ರ, ಅದರ ಆಳವನ್ನ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಂತಹ ಉಪ್ಪಿನ ಗೊಂಬೆ ತಾನೇ ಕರಗಿ ನೀರಾಗಿ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಲವಣಾಂಶದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಭಾಗವೇ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ತನ್ನ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನೇ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಭರಿತ ಈ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಚಿತ್ತ, ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸು, ನಾನು 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 ಅನ್ನೋ ಈ ಭಾವ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರವಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಂದು ಈ ಭಾವ ಕರಗೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಗುರು ಕೃಪೆ. So the example Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives is so beautiful. Most of us we have heard, most of us we know. I'm just recollecting. The doll purely made up of salt once wanted to know the depth of the ocean. So it jumped into the ocean for the sake of knowing the depth of the ocean. As it started sinking within the ocean itself, what happened? The entire doll made up of salt completely dissolved itself. It lost its shape, its size, its status, everything, and it became a part of the ocean itself, because ocean is full of saline water. Ocean is full of salt water. So when this doll made up of salt tried to know, it lost its identity. So as long as we have this identity of our own in the waking world or in the dream world, the status that I am so and so. So with buddhi and chitta, the ego is working all the time. It is bound by the Maya. It is mesmerized by the Maya. So that is how we are bound to the samsara, because of the effect of Maya. As long as the ego is there still, that I am somebody, I am so and so, sakshatkara cannot happen. That divine revelation cannot happen. That divinity will not show itself. The self will not grace itself. Parabrahma Vastu will not grace. Sadguru will not grace. As long as that iota of aham, me, mine concept is still persisting deeper in our psyche. So this ego complex is a main obstacle in the path of spiritual practices, path of spiritual sadhana. I always remember short phrases our Gurudev, Parama Pujya Gurudev, used to tell. Once he told me, he must have told even to the others also, I am 100% sure. But some of the things, whatever he has told me in person, private, always I remember him. By his own grace, once he said, what is this sadhana? Sadhana means giving up. Number of times this statement has come. Sadhana means giving up. What is spiritual sadhana? Giving up. Giving up your ego, giving up your desires, giving up your aspirations, etc. Giving up your jealousy, giving up your hatredness. So he said, sadhana means giving up. Once he said like, he said, you add all the points here. Giving up what? Give up your own ego first. That's the point. That's what he meant. Sadhana means giving up. Then at one point of time, he said, referring to this point only, suddenly at some other time he told me, look, sadhana means becoming nobody from somebody. Becoming totally nobody from somebody's state. The existing status of somebody. You are something. You are somebody. You have got a status. I am so and so. The moment you think of yourself, your status, ego, always it is there like a shadow in the entire waking period till the death. I am so and so. So you are that somebody. So from somebody, if it transforms to nobody, no name, in the sense nobody means The ego is lost. Desires are lost. Then you are eligible for higher level of enlightenment. Stages of enlightenment. That's what Guru told. So these are the points here. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಬಿಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸಾಧನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಏನ್ ಬಿಡೋದು? ಆಸೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದು, ಅಹಂಕಾರವನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದು, ದ್ವೇಷವನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೈಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದು, ನನ್ನತನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವವನ್ನೇ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, the disciple continues. Kvagatam kenava neetam putralinamidam jagat adhunaiva maya drushtam nasti kim mahadadbhutam. Kvagatam kenava neetam putralinamidam jagat adhunaiva maya drushtam nasti kim mahadadbhutam. ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್, ಎರಡು ಚರಣಗಳ ಶ್ಲೋಕ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಗೆ ಪೋಣಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಘನವಾದ ವೇದಾಂತದ ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ. ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ, ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು, ಈ ವಿಶ್ವ, ಈ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂಡ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ? ಯಾರು ಇದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ? ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯವಾಗಿ ಹೋಯ್ತೋ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತೋ, ಯಾರಿಂದ ಒಯ್ಯಲ್ಪಡ್ತೋ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲಯವಾಯ್ತೋ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಳುಗ್ ಹೋಯ್ತೋ, ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆದುರಿಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನನಗೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಅನುಭವ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಈ ವಿಶ್ವದ ಅನುಭವ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಇದು ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಜಗತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದುನೈವ ಮಯಾ ದೃಷ್ಟಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಿಂ ಮಹದದ್ಭುತಂ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಈಗ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಂತ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಗುರುವರ್ಯ. ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸಮಾಧಿಯಿಂದ ಎದ್ದು ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಜಗತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಎಂತ ಅದ್ಭುತ, ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪಂಗತಂ ಕೇನವಾನೀತಂ. ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು? ಯಾರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು? ಕೇನವಾನೀತಂ ಕುತ್ರಲೀನಂ ಇದಂ ಜಗತ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಶವಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವೇ ಗುರುಗಳೇ? ಶಿಷ್ಯನ ವರ್ಣನೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಶಿಷ್ಯ totally stunned by his own experience, dismayed by his own experience. What word? Perplexed. He is totally dazed. In that mood, now he is babbling out about this Jagat. The Shishya is talking about the Jagat. Where Gurudeva, Kvam gatam kenava neetam putralinam idam Jagat adunaiva maya drushtam nasti kim mahadadbhutam. What a wonder. What a wonder. Really, what a wonder. Where this Jagat, this Vishwa, this universe has gone. What a wonder. I don't know. What a wonder. Where this Jagat has gone. Kvagatam kenava neetam. Kenava neetam. Who has taken away this Jagat? It has gone. Has somebody taken? I don't know. Who has taken it away from me? I am not experiencing anymore. Where is Jagat? Who has taken it away? I don't know. What a wonder. What is blind wonder. What a unique wonder. What an amazing thing. I don't know where it has merged. Kutralinam idam Jagat. Where it has merged itself. I don't know. Adunaiva maya drushtam. Till now I was seeing this Jagat. See the words, wordplay. Acharya is writing. Adunaiva maya drushtam means till the enlightenment, till the sakshatkar, till the realization, I was experiencing the Jagat with all my five senses, thinking that it is totally real. All the entities are real. They're all in duality. Each one is different from the other. The non-living entities are individually different from each other. The mountains are different from the forests. Forests are different from the desert. Desert different from the flowing water. Flowing water, river is different from the lake. The lake is different from the ocean. They're all different, I am sure. And each individual living organisms are different. Animals, each animal species different. Each variety is different. And all human beings, each one again, they are different from each other. So I was perceiving, I was sensing, experiencing total duality, plurality in the entire world through all my five senses. I was seeing, I was touching, I was smelling, eating, observing, hearing. So through all my five senses, like anybody else, I was seeing the Jagat. That is the point. Adunaiva maya drushta. Till realization, this was real to me. Duality was real to me. This Dvaita Bhava was real to me. Sakshatkara agote. ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಚರಾಚರ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಜಂಗಮ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಪಶು ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು, ನಿರ್ಜೀವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು, ಕಲ್ಲು, ಮಣ್ಣು, ಪರ್ವತ, ನದಿ, ನೀರು, ಕೊಳ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಮನುಷ್ಯರಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇದವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇದವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಭೇದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಬಹಳ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಆಗೋದು ಅದೇ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅದುನೈವ ಮಯಾ ದೃಷ್ಟ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜಗತ್. ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಿಂ ಮಹದದ್ಭುತಂ. ಬಟ್ ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮೋರ್. ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಿಂ ಮಹದದ್ಭುತಂ. He extols in excess. He could not say anything more. The disciple could not say anything. Adunaiva maya drushtam nasti kim mahadadbhutam. What a wonder, what a wonder. It was there just now, and now it is not there. Gone. So it is a wonder of the wonder. Wonder of the wonder. It was seen by me just now, all the time, and now it is gone. What a wonder. Gurudeva, the whole Jagat has vanished. Don't take in the literal sense his words. The highest pedestal of Advaita Siddhi, everywhere you find Parabrahma Vastu as the underlying substrate. So Jnani will see only that Parabrahma Vastu is the Adhara, which has manifested itself in the form of the world, universe. The core point, Parama Chaitanya, always on that point, not on the outer veneer, not on the outer appearances. He will see through that. Just like a goldsmith, a professional goldsmith, when he looks upon varieties of jewelry in a big jewelry shop, he is not enamored by the variety, the variation, the karigari, the craftsmanship, executive shape and size of the varieties of jewelries set with all different stones, the ear studs, earbuds, bangles, necklaces. He is not bothered on the nature, but he will be looking at the core point, whether they're all made up of 22 karat gold, or 20 karat gold, or even less than, or 24 karat gold. So a goldsmith looks upon a jewel from the reference point of the gold only, not the outer appearance, how beautiful it is. When we means especially our ladies, when they go to the jewelry shop, so they're enamored by the shape and the size, the variety, the uniqueness of a jewel. So they're totally flabbergasted. And according to their purse, they will buy looking at the unique pattern of jewel or jewelry like that. So here, other than wonder, the Shishya, enlightened Shishya, he says, where this world has gone. It was there, now it is not there. It was there, now it is not there. Who has taken the world? Where it has merged itself? Where it has gone? I don't know. So here, I request all my Guru Bandhus to remember one basic point, which our Gurudev used to tell me. The autobiography of scientists' search for truth. After he gave me the order, Adesha, to translate it into Kannada language, which took nearly 1 year for me. Then during those times, specifically he mentioned one point to me, to tell our other Guru Bandhus that in the book, Scientists Search for Truth, our Gurudev said to me, chapter 13 and the last chapter 18, 1:8. Chapter 13, 1:3, chapter 18, 1:8. These two chapters are so important in the entire book. People who cannot read the whole book, let them concentrate on the two chapters, 13 and 18, especially 18. If they read these two chapters, at least the last chapter, daily as a routine practice, they will reach the shore. This is my assurance, our Gurudev told. Daily if you read, follow the words. Daily if you read, follow the words. Follow the rider. Daily if you read, you will reach the shore. This is my assurance. This is what Gurudev told. In the chapter 18, I'll give you an example why Gurudev says it like that. In the last chapter 18 of Scientists Search for Truth, there is a beautiful anecdote where our Gurudev, in his explicit style in English, in his beautiful language, command over the language of English, he explains his experience with his Guru, our reverential Paramaguru Swami Vidyananda. So, while our Gurudev was sitting with his Guru, the Guru was teaching every day Bhagavad Gita to select a few people during the early days of our sadhana by our Gurudev. So, there one anecdote is there. On one particular day, Swami Vidyananda was explaining the beautiful shloka of the second chapter in Bhagavad Gita, Sankhya Yoga. That beautiful shloka. These are the words our Gurudev has written in Scientist Search. Ashcharyavat pashyati kaschidenam, ashcharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah, ashcharyavat chaina manyah shrunoti, shrutvapi enam vedana chaiva kaschit. This is Bhagavad Gita. Enam kaschit ashcharyavat pashyati. During realization of the reality itself, when the self exhibits itself by its own grace, when the Atma bestows the grace, and when you experience the Atmanubhava, when the Atma Sakshatkara occurs, that is the point. Then what happens? That noble, exalted soul, that someone, Kaschit, Ashcharyavat Paschati Yenam. So, he will be dismayed during that Anubhava of Atma Sakshatkara. Ashcharyavat vadati tathaiva cha anyaha. Anyaha ashcharyavat vadati. Ashcharyavat cha enam anyaha shrunoti. Shrutvapi enam vedana chaiva kaschit. So rarely one beholds the Atman, Parabrahma Vastu, that supreme self, supreme consciousness. Rare only beholds or sees that Atman totally as a wonder. Ashcharyavat Paschati. And rarer still, one speaks about that. All may not speak about that, but one out of such numerous people, exalted people, one may speak about that with great wonder. Ashcharyavat vadati anyaha. And even some blessed soul, he hears in great wonder. Ashcharyavat cha enam anyaha shrunoti. Anyaha shrunoti. Someone with great wonder hears. Shrutvapenam vedana chaiva kashti. But the point is, most of the people, even if they hear, they can never understand the reality. So the point is, the shloka, Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna Paramatma himself is telling Arjuna, please remember, Paramatma himself is telling this reality. Somebody sees out of thousands and thousands because of his Purvajanma Punya Bala, because of his previous birth sadhana bala, previous birth spiritual practice, because of his own practice in this birth, because of the grace of the Guru, ultimately one may see the reality. And then with great wonder. And Lord says, one among them may even try to speak about that, his experiences. Ashcharyavat vadati cha anyaha vadati. One may speak in wonder. Ashcharyavat shrunoti cha anyaha. Somebody with all great wonder may listen to it. But shrutvapenam, even after listening to this reality, vedana chaiva kaschit. Majority will not understand what is being spoken by the exalted soul. The Atmanubhava experience can't even be understood by others. That is a great wonder. This is the shloka, beautiful shloka in the second chapter of Sankhya Yoga, where Lord tells Arjuna. And our Gurudev writes about this, and he continues in the 18th chapter in Scientist Search for Truth. Our Gurudev says that his Guru, Swami Vidyananda, what he says about that. After explaining the shloka, trying to explain the shloka, he says, Swami Vidyananda says, this Jagat itself is a great wonder. This universe itself is the greatest of the great wonder. The Guru explaining and the disciple listening is still a great wonder. What Lord is explaining in this shloka about the reality, it is also great wonder. It is so amazing. How anyone can understand if told that the whole Jagat is Brahma Vastu? How anybody can understand if they are told that the whole thing is Parabrahma Vastu? Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. How anybody can understand these statements? To understand this, it requires the grace the krupa, the anugraha of the spiritual sadhana done in so many previous births. And if you develop Viveka and Vairagya, the proper discrimination between Atma and Anatma, and dispassion, Vairagya, desirelessness, and control your mind, control your senses, Shamadamadi Shat Sampat, and Mokshatva, burning desire to reach reality. These are the four cardinal points Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada has already told in the beginning of Viveka Chudamani. A real mumukshu, how he is blessed by the Almighty. He should have Viveka, he should have Vairagya, Iha Mutra Phalabhoga Viragaha, Vairagya. Iha Mutra Phalabhoga Viragaha. Viveka and Vairagya, Shamadamadi Shat Sampat, sixfold wealth. Then keen burning desire to reach God, mumuksha. If these qualities are endowed in a person, such an exalted soul, by the grace of the Veda, Veda means Shruti, that is Upanishads, by the grace of Upanishads, Veda Krupa it's called, and by the grace of his Guru, Guru Krupa, by the grace of the Lord, Daiva Krupa, by the grace of his own Pratyagatma, self, Atma Krupa. These are the words our Guru's Guru has used in the book. He will reach the shore. He will become an exalted soul. He will become a first-hand person to understand directly that reality. Atmanubhava. So, these are the points. These are the points. It is what is not possible. What is not possible to explain, for our sake, Acharya, in the form of these shlokas, uttered by the disciple in front of his guru, a set of shlokas, so beautiful set of shlokas, so important, very, very, very important set of shlokas. Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada himself is telling us the nature of realization. What happens during realization? What happens during Atma Sakshatkara? And what is the state of your mind after that? So, if you go through these shlokas attentively, then you will know, then you will fully appreciate chapter 13 and chapter 18 of the autobiography of our Reverend Gurudeva, Sri Swami Virajeshwar Saraswati. So, understand the chapter 13 and the chapter 18 there, you require a lot of preparation. So this is one type of preparation. So that you will appreciate much better, the mind will dwell itself deeper and deeper into the mode of sadhana. So with Guru Sankalpa, today I am stopping here at the shloka number 482. Kvagatam kenava nitam putralinamidam jagat. Adunaiva maya drushtam nasti kim mahadadbhutam. Stopping here. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Hari Om Tat Satvam Nama Bhagavate Virajeshwara.
How beautifully it came together, Swamiji's autobiography and the connection to what Bhagavad-pada has said. I knew about chapter 18 thanks to one of Swamiji's own disciples, but I didn't know about chapter 13. So, and I have had first-hand experience with a couple of my friends who have had the troubles vanish when they read chapter 18. and they are the ones who have come back and told me that it is miraculous. So thank you for really enlightening all the sadhaks who are watching this with this. And as I said at the beginning, this is the 99th of the series, the discourse of the series, and Guru's grace and Divine Mother's grace be upon us as we move along. Dhanyavada, sir, to you personally for enlightening us week after week. Hari Om.